I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to CFB Nation. I'm your host, Nino Brown. Governor of college football is with us. He's in the background, pulling all the strings to make everything work on this lovely episode of the 2026 NFL Mock Draft 1.0, which means there will be many more. We got some beautiful faces out there. Got my guy Moon Vibes, Boomer Sooner out there, Jared Gray, and of course, our guy, Mr. the Garnett Roos himself, Brian Bosage. We'll kick it off with Brian. How are we doing tonight?
Hey man, I'm doing great. It is draft season now. It has been for me for I guess all season, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, I'm ready for it, man. This time next week, man, we're gonna be in. Well, I'm always in Mobile, but you guys are gonna be down here in Mobile with me. It's gonna be great. I'm ready for it.
I'm always excited for this time of year. Just no peanuts this year, okay?
Hey, it's not my fault you can't handle the delicacies, man.
That's the best part, man.
No, the pizza's that pizza.
Yo, that pizza's
Fire. I love
fire.
That's fair.
Moon, how we doing?
I'm great, man. National championship was amazing last night. It went to the end. I love close games. Still hate that it's on a Monday, but at least they showed up, unlike the Hula Bowl. Yeah. So, hey, everything is good. And over here, the grind doesn't stop, so there is no off season.
We just keep it rolling. Boomer, how we doing?
Man, I'm good. Last night was amazing. Had a really good time. Great show. Phenomenal show. I was a little in my feels. I had a little small wager. I took 6 points. So it's a good win for me last night. I'll take that one. I'm here for it. It's good. I'm ready for the draft. I'm always, All
right. So this is going to be the first of many. We'll probably do a couple more of these mock drafts before we get into it. But we had to bring in Bosage for the first one because he is Mr. Draft Countdown. We're going to kick this off. First pick will be with Moon Vibes. Las Vegas Raiders are around the clock.
So, what's cracking, Brian? Welcome to the show. It's another mock draft season, NFL Mock Draft 1.0. First pick on the clock, Las Vegas Raiders, current needs. I feel like everything. But you need somebody to fix it all or get you on the right path to do so. And I think Fernando Mendoza, fresh off of a national championship from last night to a very spectacular season, 16-0, but he was the catalyst of it. I love Fernando Mendoza's natural accuracy. His leadership jumps off of the screen throughout this whole entire year. You go back to his Cal days and the production that he had at Cal playing in the ACC. You talk about his natural toughness, getting hit in the mouth over and over and over again, and still choosing to choose violence after. One thing that I love is his composure under the wrist. He gets blitzed, he gets pressure, and he still delivers dots. He still can stand 10 toes in the pocket. His mobility got showcased last night when he made that spectacular play where he extended and dove for the end zone after breaking a tackle and spinning out of it on a 4th down conversion. But Fernando Mendoza is everything you love, and I tried to take up a minute, but this was like a no-brainer for the Raiders. I'm inserting my pick. Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Boom. Up next for us in this mock draft will be the New York Jets. They are on the clock. They are represented with their first pick in round one
off my board
by Brian Bosage. You're muted.
This would have been more interesting had Dante Moore declared for the draft, mm-hmm. right? Because then you have debate on, like, Moon might actually have to think about his pick for more than 5 seconds if Dante Moore was in the draft. Because then, you debate the upside of Dante Moore versus the steady Eddie that is Fernando Mendoza. But with Mendoza being the only quarterback probably worth a first round pick, I think we're going to have another one. We might have one tonight. We might not. I don't know. But I think we will in the draft. But without Dante Moore, the Jets now can go anywhere and not make a bad pick. I really don't think the Jets can screw this up as far as evaluating talent. A few years ago, I made a mistake in my draft evaluation. I did not factor in what kind of a pass rusher Micah Parsons was be, because he wasn't really asked to do it at Penn State. I'm not going to make that same mistake again with an evaluation of a certain prospect this year. And I think that's where the Jets go with the second pick. I think they go with a traditional off-ball linebacker in college that has edge rush, pass rush ability, and that's Arvell Reese, linebacker, Ohio State, goes second overall to the New York Jets.
The next Nick Bonito, for sure.
Ooh, I like that a lot. All right. A little wrench in the plans here. Up next,
we got a pick from my dog Dnow. He's texting me his picks. I'm going to read exactly what he says. He's going with Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. He said, Jonah Williams just ain't cutting it anymore. Build the O-line with young bookends to keep whoever is taking the snaps upright.
Okay. Dnow coming through with Arizona's pick. On the clock next, the Tennessee Titans. And we'll be bringing in Jared Gray here. One quick second. You're on the clock, my friend.
I really was trying to decide whether or not what I was gonna do here. But when you take Reese off the board for me, it kind of makes it pretty easy. I've got to finally, obviously I'm a defensive guy and I really want to see what guys are going to do. I think there is a point where you got to start replacing phenomenal players. And I think that Tennessee's got a phenomenal defensive line and, they've got some injuries there though. And I think what you got to do is get the guy that's continued to show up and showed up at the national championship. And we got to pick Rueben James out of Miami here for Tennessee Titans. I don't think there's any other way to go here.
Love it. Love the pick. Violent man.
Yeah.
Get after it.
But Bain is tremendous. And we're going to talk about his arm length from here to April 24th.
I don't care.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. But, the thing is, he isn't out. His arm length is going to be an outlier. But with his pass rush, what blows me away is as good as a pass rusher as he is, he might be even a better as a run edge setter in the run game. I love Rueben Bain, and I told you guys off the air. I'll put it out here for CFB Nation. Rueben Bain is going to come to the Senior Bowl. That seems to be locked in. The Senior Bowl hasn't announced it yet, but they gave out a roster to local media. A friend texted it to me. And Rueben Bain was listed on that roster. Todd McShay on his podcast basically all but confirmed it last night that Bain, along with Akeem Mesidor, Keontae Scott from Miami, D'Angelo Pons from Indiana, they're all going to be at the Senior Bowl. So Bain's going to get out.
Got short arms?
Aiden
Hutchinson.
So does Trey Hendrickson.
Exactly.
So now I am with you, but Bain, I love that by Bain coming to the Senior Bowl. He's going to weigh in on Sunday or Monday whenever he gets here, and we're getting it out of the way. His arm length's going to be out there officially. We're done with it. We can talk about it for the week of the Senior Bowl. He's going to come down here and kill every offensive tackle that he goes across in one-on-ones, and we're not going to talk about his arms.
Both sides.
He's going in the top 5.
If Will Campbell went in the first round with short arms, Rueben Bain could go in the first round.
At the same spot that Boomer just took Bain at the 4th overall pick.
100%.
So I'm not sure. I don't understand. We've seen what he was done with the short arms for the last 2 years. What does it matter?
You can't mess with him. He's a dude.
He's still going against top-tier talent. It's not like he's going against Weber State. You know what I'm saying? He's going against top-tier talent. Guys are going to be playing on Sunday as well, and he's dominating and winning. So I don't want to hear anything about the short arms stuff anymore. I'm tired of it. All right.
Hey, Nino, can you give us an update where we are right now?
What's that? Of what's already going? The picks. First pick off the board to the Raiders was Fernando Mendoza, quarterback from Indiana. New York Jets at 2 took Arvell Reese, edge, Ohio State. 3, Arizona Cardinals took Spencer Fano, offensive tackle out of Utah. And then just now, Boomer took for the Tennessee Titans, Rueben Bain, edge, Miami. I am on the clock representing the New York Giants. New York Giants played, surprisingly well, I believe, with, a lot of young talent. Jackson Dart, Scatterbo, he got injured, but guys like Wan'Dale Robinson stepped up. Tyron Tracy played well in the absence of these guys. Obviously have a new coach in John Harbaugh is coming in, taking over the reins. Defense was pretty good. It took us a while, and I know Boomer will be a guy to back me up here. But it took us a while before our guy finally, stepped it up out of Oregon. He had a good year this year, surrounded by a lot of weapons. Dexter Lawrence again had another good year. So I don't necessarily know that that the front seven is something that the Giants need. I think if they need anything defensively, it would be a DB, maybe Manzo Delaney or someone of that descent. But I think they need a guy to pair with Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers is obviously not going to be ready for the beginning of the year. And Wan'Dale Robinson had a season-ending injury. He was on the IR, so I don't know if he'll be ready to begin the season. So for me, he's my wide receiver one, and I think his bag and what he brings in his tools, you pair him with Malik Nabers. I'm going to take Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. My comp to him is Amon St. Brown. I think you pair an Amon St. Brown with a Malik Nabers on the outside, and then you factor a Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot when he becomes healthy, and they have two tight ends. I think that offense on John Harbaugh could be, serious, especially if Scatterbo comes back healthy. So Mekhi Lemon is going to be one of those guys who's going to have a Jackson Smith-Njigba type impact early. I mean, he may not.
I agree.
80 receptions year one, but he within that second or third season, he's going to be that dude. So I think Mekhi Lemon paired with Malik Nabers and the Giants offense is booming.
Mekhi Lemon's going to go a lot higher than I think a lot of people are thinking right now. I got a 3-round mock dropping at Draft Countdown tomorrow. I've got him going in the top 6. So, not here at 5. I did have a receiver going 5, but not Mekhi Lemon. But I do like that pick. I think with Nabers, if the Giants go with a receiver, do they want the true number 1, which I think Lemon can be? Or do they want that complementary piece to him like a Carnell Tate could be? So that's the dynamic I have here.
3 or 4 phenomenal guys.
Yeah, I agree. So I think the receivers are going to come the way the receivers are going to be stacked, like Boomer said. They're going to be. It's going to come down to team preference. Yeah. I think with this receiver class, I like Lemon though, and like you said, a similar rookie impact this year he could have as a rookie, like Ibuka had with Tampa Bay. Just immediately come in and take over the scene. I like the pick.
JSN with Seattle.
Yeah, like his first year, he had to fill out. Second year, just led the league and just took off. Yeah. I just think his skill set, what he brings, his after the catch capabilities. For a guy that's not that big, he can kind of jump out of the gym. We've seen some of those catches in the end zone where he's going to out-leap defenders. He could be the 1, and Nabers could be the 2. But Nabers had been the 2 before. He was the 1 at LSU and then the 1 in the league. So I was going to – if this was, 6 months ago, I would have said come into it. I love Lemon in that class. I would probably went Jordan Tyson. But if whatever Jordan Tyson does, Mekhi Lemon does better, in my opinion. So I'm with Mekhi Lemon here. Next up would be Dnow.
Mm-hmm.
To be represented by KT.
Right. So Dnow is going with Jordan Tyson. He says Shedeur Sanders gets a legit number 1 wide receiver.
Now I love it because you pair him with Jerry Jeudy's trash. We all know that, but I think you pair him with Tillman. Tillman can get into that wide receiver 2 role, and then whatever they want to pair around that. I like that. Do you think, guys, that the next guy coming in is going to allow Shedeur to be the QB1? Because it's going to be a new regime here.
No,
I don't think so. I don't even know if he's going to get a fighting chance. I think he's going to go for his own guy. I think he brings in a vet for a year or 2, and maybe picks a guy in the back end.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. I think. I mean, I still think you got to see what you have with Dylan Gabriel. I don't the kid's accurate. He's played a lot of football, hasn't stayed really healthy. But you said there's quite a few veterans out there right now that could easily line up and play at Cleveland. So,
my only problem with Tyson, and I think he's a phenomenal football player, very Deebo Samuel-ish in build.
Health.
Can't help the club in the tub, right? And that's an issue with Jordan Tyson. He's a phenomenal football player though when he's healthy.
3 out of 4 years, both.
He can play. He can play boundary. He could play slot. He could really be
But
versatile.
as far as the quarterback situation goes, do they, sign a veteran one year free agent? Do they trade for someone like a Mac Jones to come in for a year to bridge the gap? If they hire Udinski from Jacksonville, didn't they have Mac Jones down there?
Yeah.
So I
don't know if he played any starts though in Jacksonville.
I don't think he did either. Lawrence
he did a little bit. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. got better 2 years ago when Mac Jones played. So he looked like
I just throwing that out there for Cleveland. I don't think Shadur's.
But with it, unless you're getting it for a fourth or less, it's kind of a lateral move, right? You kind of just a 1 year wing it, or not wing it with the guy you already got, and then you continue to play some talent around that to see what you're going to do in the following year.
Yeah, now that's a team that could trade up for Dante Moore next year, though.
100%. Like I thought that they were going to be in on the Kirk Cousins, extravaganza, but I think with Kevin Stefanski going there, I think that he has Kirk Cousins in his pocket. Wasn't he with them in Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he did great.
Most successful. Yeah.
So I don't think Kirk Cousins is going anywhere, which makes me think maybe Michael Penix is on the block.
He's still not healthy.
No, that's a problem. But they knew that drafted him. He had 2 bad knees before they drafted him, and then he hurt the knee again.
There's a reason their general manager's out on his ass right now.
He's not there no more for a reason, bro.
Yeah, I agree. You guys are right. All right. We're gonna go with the 7th pick in this draft. The Washington Commanders are on the clock. They are represented by Brian Bosage. Bosage,
this is gonna be an interesting pick.
Take it away.
I gotta tell you, I just pulled up Washington's depth chart a while ago. This team's not good.
No.
Their roster's not good at all. My initial thought was, maybe they bring a receiver in to pair with McCord because Debo's a free agent. I'm not going to go there. They've got to add defense. They need pass rush. There's another player on defense I want to draft here and would immediately upgrade, but I'm not. I feel like they've got to get a pass rusher here off the rip. And there's one here that was supposed to be in Mobile, but then realized he was going to be a top 10 pick and decided he didn't really have to. And that's who I'm going to go with here. Double-digit sacks this year, led this team to the college playoff. Give me Texas Tech edge rusher David Bain for the Washington 7.
That's who I got going there too.
And that's an absolute instant impact player. Everything that they wanted the gentleman that went to the Raiders out of Texas Tech to be, David Bailey will be. What was it, Tyreek Wilson? Is that
yes.
Who it was? And whatever they wanted that guy to be, that David Bailey will be instantaneously coming out of Texas Tech. I love it. That defense was built to win, and they came out and that defense won. Obviously, they win the Natty, but they were dominant all year. All right, I'm back on the clock.
I love it.
New Orleans Saints here. And I know about 365 days ago, we were all thinking that, they'll be back in it again, trying to draft another quarterback. They just kind of winged it for one season, had Spencer Rattler, and they threw it through, mud against the wall on Tyler Shuck. But I think Tyler Shuck played well down the stretch here. Once he got his feet wet, almost 2,500 yards. He was, 68% completion rate. They won 5 games when he was at the start, 4 in a row at the end of the year. Again, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, not crazy, but like I said, he got leadership. They started to, the offense started to come around. And this, mind you, was with no running game. Zero. Alvin Kamara, my friend, it's time to walk away. He had 450 yards this year. Kendrick Miller can't stay healthy. Another guy like Bosage says can't help the club in the tub. This guy's on ice more than he's in pads. And then they brought in two guys, rookie Devin Neal, who played well but got hurt, and then Augur Estimate had almost as many yards as the two gentlemen I mentioned before. They called off a play off the practice squad. So they were just throwing things against the wall. I wanted to say that, they would probably go with all the age on the defensive line. Cameron Jordan's kind of getting older, right? Their linebackers, Davis, he's 36 years old. They're aging out defensively. Peter Woods would probably be a great piece for this defense. Maybe even pairing, Carnell Tate on the outside with Chris Olave. But they are in dire need of a run game. And I don't think there's a talent or an impact player better to fit this scheme when you can just, if you don't do well, there's a ton of quarterbacks in the next one. You can revamp this offense. Give me Jeremiyah Love, Notre Dame running back. I think his skill set, his versatility, you replace Alvin Kamara with another Alvin Kamara. Get this offense running. Let's go. I think Jeremiyah Love off the board to the Saints.
Speed, acceleration, boost, giddy up, whatever you need. Get on
exactly
your
what
horses.
Kamara was when he was younger. Like, that's what you had. You had that burst, that speed. Then he became a pass catcher back. They need all of that, and I think Jeremiyah Love can bring that to them.
Well, I can't condone drafting a running back in the first round. I agree that he is a tremendous fit in this offense, something that the Saints do need. They need defensive help a lot, and there's several players. Yeah. Their offensive line, I think, is in a good place. Maybe on the interior, but you can't do that at 9 or 8.
No, I mean, I like Woods and I like Styles. I think both of those guys would fit this defense.
Yeah.
They have such a hole at running back.
Yeah.
And we've seen teams draft running backs in the first round as of, recently. So seems to be back. Running backs seem to have a place again in the first round. So give me Love here. All right. Next one up. Kansas City Chiefs will be represented by Moon Vibes. Moon, you are on the clock.
Man, this is tough. This is tough, bro. Because y'all left a lot of meat on the bone still. Like you said, Peter Woods still here. We can go a lot of different places with KC, but I'm looking at wide receiver, Carnell Tate still there. I'm looking at You just took Jeremiyah Love, which would have been another good pick for this situation. But like Bosage said, taking the running back high, especially having to pay him, similar to what the Falcons did to Bijan Robinson, having to pay that tax later on the back end. I'm going to go over-reliable. I'm going to pick Francis Maigoa, 6'6", 315 from University of Miami, playing in the national championship last night. Got a chance to see him center stage throughout this playoff run. He's been solid. I like his feet. He's getting better with his feet. Sometimes he can lean too much, and that can lead to him getting, let's just say, taken advantage of. I like him in this fit. He got a wide base. I think that he still hasn't reached his ceiling yet as a player. And I think in Andy Reid's system, I think that's a perfect landing spot for him. He could grow. I already see a run with offensive tackles or offensive linemen in the early parts of this draft too. So I think he's going to be up there. I hate it between Caleb Lomu and him, but I'm going to take Francis because I think he's a neutralizer. And he can help neutralize some things, protect Patrick Mahomes. That's my pick for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, love it. We'll be going. Oh, boy. My friend. Brian Bosage is on the clock as his team, the Cincinnati Bengals, are up with the next pick. Bosage, please take it away, my friend.
To comment quickly on Moon's pick of Malagoa, at worst case scenario, he's a Pro Bowl level guard, right? And with him, I like that pick for Kansas City. Would have been interested to see if you would have replaced Kelsey with the stud tight end seat. Yeah. Hold on a second.
Now we have to replace. Oh, there it is.
All right. So now that the Bengals are on the clock here, and this defense sucks. There's no beating around the bush. They suck at all three levels. There was basically one redeeming player, maybe two, Dax or DJ Turner, Dax Hill in the corners. Everybody else, we can talk about replacing. I am torn here. They need interior pass rush like it's going out of style. I would have if David Bailey or Rueben Bain were on the board, I've already turned the pick in. There's no debate, but they're gone. There's some
trading up.
The Bengals don't trade up. That's not even a factor.
You ain't wrong.
I mean, it's not going to happen. So there's some edge rushers I would look at here, but none that immediately jump out. Peter Woods, Nino talked about him. His pass rush win rate has gone down in consecutive years. That concerns me for needing an interior pass rusher at defensive tackle. There's really not anybody else at that position worth drafting this high. Now, if we was to trade back, we'll bring some other guys in the conversation, but sitting at 10, not going to do it. There's one game changer on this that's available right now that immediately comes in and is the best player on their defense. But it's not a premium position, which is why he's available on the board now. He's the number one rated player in this draft class.
No way.
At the start of the season, he will end this draft cycle as the top rated player on my board. Cincinnati Bengals will pick 10, select Ohio State safety Caleb Downs.
That's who I got. That's 100% who I have.
So what are you doing up front?
Who cares? We'll figure it out. Get some money in free agency and see what happens.
My bad, fellas. I'm so hyped about this pick. I think Caleb Downs is the best player in the draft. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
I love it. I think it's a great pick.
Jordan Battle is okay. Not great, but he's okay. You put Caleb Downs next to Jordan Battle in that secondary, Jordan Battle gets a lot better. Just by default, with the range that Downs can cover in that secondary, it makes your corners better. It makes your nickels better. It makes your pass rush better. Caleb Downs makes the whole defense better just by his presence on the field. Give me.
Do you think?
So
we're talking about Derwin James level?
I think so.
Buda Baker type, Eric Berry type.
I wish he was bigger. Like, I wish he had more size to him. But I think he'd have. If he had more size to him, I think he could have a Kyle Hamilton level of impact. But he's not that big. But man, he's so rangy and he's just a true center field type. He's desperately needed on this defense.
Man, but Kyle Hamilton is surrounded by a bunch of dogs. Bro. You got puppies and Shamar Stewart and Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter. These are puppies. Those guys are going to be a pass rush.
If Barrett Carter is on the field for more than 30% of the snaps next year, I'm going to lose my damn mind.
This is why I'm saying like a Sonny Styles. Like, even Peter Woods. What about Howell? You don't like Cassius Howell at all?
No. I do like Cassius Howell. I don't like Cassius Howell's size.
You say interior pass rush.
But interior pass rush, it's like, I mean, who is the next best interior pass rusher or interior defensive lineman after Peter Woods? Caleb Banks?
Yeah.
I love Caleb Banks, but he can't stay healthy either.
That's a while, though.
Caden McDonald's not a pass rusher.
No.
I mean, you don't even have edges. What do you got? You got Stewart?
You got edges galore.
Hey, man, Miles Murphy started coming on this year. He's getting better. Osai's a free agent. I don't think they're going to bring him back. I'm not ruling out Hendrickson coming back. It seems far-fetched, but I'm not ruling that out.
Okay. Could you take Faulk and possibly add some?
I want to take Shamar Stewart again.
That's the same style player.
Yeah.
Except
they're athletic, they're size, height, weight, speed guys that don't produce.
Mm-hmm.
Shamar Stewart had 1 sack this year as a rookie. He now has 1 sack for every year that he's played collegiate and pro football.
What does he play more, NFL or collegiate ball? How many games? Because they're about to be about the same. Last 3 years of college and first year.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, but no, I just want to get the best player available on this team and make my team better, and that's why I go with Caleb Banks.
I mean, you could attack free agency to get a pass rusher up front, obviously.
They could. That also would go against their entire style and operation of doing things, but we'll see. Maybe Joe Burrow has put enough internal pressure on these people.
Abbo hit the portal this year. I mean, anything can happen.
Jackson's been together.
Oh, all right. The Miami Dolphins are on the board. Dnow will be making that pick. KT will be representing him. KT, take it away.
Sonny Styles, Dnow definitely wanted Caleb Downs for this pick. He was praying both sides wouldn't take him, but he take him. He said too early to fill the quarterback need. Going defense. That defense has so many holes at this point. He's going BPA, best player available, so he's going with Sonny Styles, Ohio State.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, next up on the clock, the Dallas Cowboys. Jared Gray, you, my friend, are on the clock. Take it away.
Listen, let's just talk about this real quick. The number one loss they had was losing Parsons, and it obviously affected everything. I really think they need to build the offensive line and obviously need a corner, getting rid of Diggs. But heck, even the Packers got rid of Diggs today, so I guess that wasn't big of a loss. But when I go look at it, and I'm actually shocked, and both sides talk about how there's no certain, defensive edge available. But if DeForest Buckner is available, and I've got a player that I comp to DeForest Buckner available, I'm taking him. And Keldric Faulk is there. And I don't know how you pass up on a 6'6", 288-pound guy that has been like DeForest Buckner, been like Brian Burns, and you let him sit and not take him at Cincinnati, praying that he drops to the Dallas Cowboys. Keldric Faulk, hands down, easy pick for the Dallas Cowboys after losing Parsons.
Okay. And we're going to go back-to-back. We'll touch on this pick real quick. We're going to go back-to-back. The L.A. Rams is on the clock, and Boomer will stay making this pick as well.
Now, again, this one's a little bit tougher, right? So with Faulk coming off the board, knowing you got some defensive line, then boys have a chance to win it all, and they're going to lose some players. So it's highly possible they lose their quarterback, and that's the toughest one here on what's going to happen with him. If Stafford goes, Adams goes, I mean, it's just one of those things. And the problem is, one thing that they've gotten really strong at is defensively overall this year, but I still think they need a strong quarter. And Jermon McCoy, I think, is the one guy that they actually need to get getting from Atlanta. I think this is a great pick for them. They need a strong corner. Losing Ramsey obviously was a hurt for them. You got a guy got absolutely burnt by a tight end earlier the other day. So there's that, and you need a presence outside, and I think McCoy's the guy.
Yeah, Emmanuel Forbes is not the dude on the outside, right?
No,
he gets toasted like.
Remember when I was in the draft and I called you guys? I was at this draft, and Forbes got drafted. I'm like, what?
He went early, a lot earlier than he was supposed to, too. Yeah.
Oh, like 14th pick or something. I was wild. I was shocked.
Are we not concerned that McCoy hasn't played since 2024?
He didn't play
again
last year at all.
I said, are we not concerned that McCoy hasn't played a snap since 2024?
That's what
Jamar Chase didn't play a snap in his senior season.
Jamar Chase wasn't coming off an ACL tear either.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that, but we're talking about a guy they say he's in a full run right now, so it doesn't matter.
And maybe so. And I just still wonder, why he didn't attempt to get on the field. If he was.
Who was the DB that tore his ACL like the second week of the season last year and ended up getting drafted in the first round or in the top 45?
Oh, that was ECU.
Yes.
Sharon Revel.
Yes, Revel. Yeah, he
didn't
take.
It was a top 45 pick.
And he didn't. Week 2 he was done.
Didn't Dallas drafted him, right? Yeah.
I didn't really get that pick. We're talking about a different level, on my honest opinion. But I think McCoy's a a dude. I really do.
He was a
solid
lockdown
man
DB
in 2024. He was solid man and man.
I think he's one of the best defensive backs in this draft.
Well, Nino knows and Moon knows this. I was singing praises for Jamal McCoy. I was hoping he hit the field this year. They could have utilized him in Tim Banks' defense this year. Probably part of the reason why Tim Banks was fired for Jim knows. But I'm a huge Jamal McCoy guy. But those type of injuries on corners are scary. But I think he's cornerback one in this draft.
I don't think you have to worry.
I can't pass on him where he's needed the most.
I like him. All right, the next on the block is Baltimore Ravens. Brian Bosage will be taking their pick. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock.
This is going to get interesting here. Baltimore's got a decision to make, free agency wise, franchise tag wise, with their center Tyler Linderbaum, who's unrestricted, entering this offseason. I don't know if they'll have this figured out before the draft. I'm assuming they will. So I'm gonna pass because I don't know if Vega Aone can play center or not. So I don't think he can. So I'll pass there. Corner, I think, is a bigger need than maybe they're leading on. I'm not a big Marlon Humphrey guy. So I think that's a place they could target. They definitely need a pass rusher here. They've already got an undersized guy they drafted in the second round last year, Mike Green. Do they double up on undersized pass rushers? That's the two top guys I've got on my board at edge. And my mock coming out tomorrow, I will have them drafting Keldric Faulk, but he's off the board 2 spots ahead. So I'm going to go with the corner here to replace Marlon Humphrey, pair with Nate Wiggins, who they drafted in the first a couple of years ago. And I'm going to go with LSU corner Mansour Delane, who's my cornerback one on the board. Just a tremendous season, lockdown corner, best player on LSU's defense this year, in my opinion, after coming over from Virginia Tech. Like I said, I think he's a tremendous talent and is going to go in the top 15 of this draft.
I think Delaney is an absolute lockdown DB. Versatile. He's got length, right? He can be carabiner. He can be a ball hawk. He's not afraid to get down dirty and tackle. So I'm with it. I know Dnow is a big fan of Mansour Delaney as well. So, all right. Next up is Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Puma. Jared Gray, you are on the clock.
Listen, I think the most important thing you do, which by far in the league, right, besides defense, is to protect your quarterback. And I can't believe this guy's actually still on the board. Maybe I'm missing something. Spencer Fano being available from Utah might be the best offensive tackle. You know, whether you make him to the left or right, if you move, obviously Tris Worth can play both sides, and he's been a all-pro on left and right.
He went third, brother.
Yeah. Oh, Fano did go.
Yeah.
Give me Caden. Okay, well, give me Caden Proctor then.
Just take his bash, bro.
Then I think Caden Proctor has to be my other guy here. So maybe Caden Proctor. For me, you got to protect your quarterback, and I think that the one thing that the Bucs keep losing is offensive linemen, and they're not deep enough. So because of that, they need an offensive lineman. So Caden Proctor being available as well would be my guy.
Okay. I'm crazy to like Lomu more than Fano.
What is it?
No.
You like who?
I said, am I crazy to like Caleb Lomu more than Spencer Fano?
No, you're not.
Not at all.
I have Lomu as the number 1 offensive tackle in this class.
Pure.
I mean,
Penn State?
There's no need to move him inside, in my opinion.
No, I don't think so. I think both of those guys are going to be day 1 NFL starters. Proctor's another one. You hear the guard talk come up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
With him, I think he stays outside to start at the very least. And in Tampa Bay, I think he goes to the right side over there.
I mean, the thing is you can move Tristan both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, He's an all-pro left and right tackle.
Yeah.
He might be one of the only guys to ever do it. So, and because of that, you could move him to right and keep Proctor because he's comfortable there. So,
I like Proctor. I think Proctor's a good pick as well. Okay. The next up on the board is the New York Jets. I will be making that pick for the New York Jets. This is their second pick in the first round. Brian Bosage took Arvell Reese, edge rusher out of Ohio State. With that pick, they need quarterback, a wide receiver, maybe someone on interior defensive line. Probably could use a DB. I look at Caleb Banks, but questions around healthiness here, right? So I'm not really sure that I want to go that route. Pairing a guy like Denzel Boston on the opposite side with Garrett Wilson would probably make a nice 1-2 combination. But who in God's name is going to be getting him the ball? Quarterback has been such a just gross position for them over the past couple of years. As of right now, I look at that roster, I see the likes of Bailey Zappi, Hendon Hooker, and Brady Cook. We saw the Brady Cook experience for the last 3 games of the season for the New York Jets. I don't foresee him being quarterback one there. But, I mean, you look at these DBs that are available, and one guy who is a nice replacement for Sauce Gardner, who I don't think Sauce Gardner ever lived up to the hype after the first year. So I think that was a good move to flip him for this. I believe it was this pick right here. This is the pick that they received from the Colts. So I think, a guy like Avion Terrell, a ball hawk, guy you're looking at 20-plus pass breakups over the last 3 seasons for Clemson. Lockdown guy you can put on the outside and build around because you have Jermaine Johnson on the edge right now. You just got another guy on the outside on the edge with Reese. So now your front is going to get pressure. You're going to need a guy that's going to be able to cover some of these wide receivers. So give me Avion Terrell to pair with Stiggs.
I like it
for the New York Jets. They got to figure out a way to replace Sauce and take that asset that you got and go back and replace it in the same position. Give me Terrell. I think people are forgetting about him with the guys at the top, with Delaney and Roy. But I think I might be more comfortable taking Terrell over McCoy because of the injury history. So
Terrell's my number 3 corner. He's the 3rd corner off the board. I got no qualms with this pick at all.
Okay. All right. The Detroit Lions is on the clock with the 17th pick. Dnow will be taking that pick. I'm going to be bringing in KT. KT, take it away.
What's happening, man? Dnow's been on fire at this draft. He's going with Vega Allen, interior offensive lineman from Penn State. He said the Lions offense struggled this year due to injury, so fill in a hole and get the train back on track. I love that.
That feels like a Detroit pick.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lion getting the Lion.
Right. That's fun.
All right. Next up on the clock is the Minnesota Vikings, and we'll be bringing back in Mr. Garnett Roos himself, Brian Bosage. You are on the clock.
All right, we're going to get some pass rush, I think, here in Minnesota. But every pass rusher we draft now is going to have some question marks, including the one that I'm about to come off the board with. But we can't argue with his production, can't argue with his speed off the edge, his bend off the edge, his closing ability. Give me Oklahoma edge rusher R. Mason Thomas here at pick 18 to the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, if he played every game like it was fourth quarter, he'd be the first pick in the draft.
I'm surprised you like him over Howell. Burst and speed and physicality, I feel like that's Howell's game.
In the virtual realm, R. Mason Thomas helped me win this college football 26 championship.
In the virtual realm.
In the virtual realm, of course.
Okay.
Hey, he's a bear, bro. I mean, he's just
yeah. I like Thomas. Howell seemed to get his production in bursts where R. Mason Thomas's was more consistent and not 4 in a game against Kent State or something. I'm not doubting Howell's numbers. I mean, they were off the charts this year, and I think he's going to go in the first round. But if we talked about arm length with Bain, it's going to come up tenfold with Howell, who's probably going to measure with shorter arms than what Bain did. And Hal also is chicken shit and has decided to not compete at the Senior Bowl.
I mean, for a guy
Called out.
6'2", 6'3", 250, 248, whatever, it runs, 4.5 40. That's explosive off the line. I mean,
I'm with you, and you could go either way here. I'm gonna have R. Mason Thomas higher on my board.
All right.
For now, combine all that stuff. Hal goes and runs 4.4 or something.
He could test out like crazy, like combine. Though I know him pretty well. So
yeah.
All right. Next up on the clock would be at 19 the Carolina Panthers, who were in the playoffs this year by default, but they were in the playoffs this year. Moon Vibes, you are on the clock. Let's go.
Hey, guess who they were in the playoffs because of? Just by chance. My Atlanta Falcons. Just going. Carolina Panthers, man, I don't understand how we got blessed so much. And I want to make sure I'm fact-checking this right. Pick 1 was Fernando Mendoza. 2, Arvell Reese. 3, Spencer Spano. 4, Rueben Bain. 5, Makai Lemon. Jordan Tyson went 6. David Bailey went 7. Jeremiyah Love went 8. Francis Mayugoa went 9 to Kansas City. Caleb Downs 10. Sonny Styles 11. Keldric Faulk 12. 13, Jamar McCoy. Mansour Delane went 14. 15, Caden Proctor. I'm just fact-checking. New York Jets, Avion Terrell. Detroit, Vega Aoni. We got the Vikings with our Mason Thomas. Carolina, I don't know how we got blessed like this, but send a pick in, get Carnell Tate, Ohio State wide receiver. If that is true. This is just slam dunk. Pair him with T-Mac on the outside. I don't understand how the football gods allowed this to fall in my hands, in my lap, but we are running to the mountaintops. Roger Goodell, go ahead, shake my hand. Appreciate
you. Don't think they're similar style wide receivers?
Add him to the board. He needs all the help he can get.
But can Bryce Young feed two guys like that?
This is all value. All value. We're talking about a player that was talked about getting picked in pick 2, 3, 4, 5 range that fell on my board to 19. That might be his actual value. Who knows? But send the pick in. I'm taking it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why what he's saying makes sense. They're in the same division with Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. They saw what Tampa Bay did. Already had Mike Evans. Already had Godwin. Had Egbuka. Egbuka comes in as the best of the bunch.
Well, hold on. We got to add in not healthy Mike Evans. Can't stay healthy Chris Godwin. Very, very old.
Just saying.
But that's the point.
So now so they take that model and go with all young guys with Ted McMillan, Carnell Tate, and Xavier Legette.
And Coker. Yep. Coker's emerged. So that's
Coker.
Yeah.
Actually, they'll probably end up trading Legette at this point because I think we can all admit that was probably shouldn't have been a first round pick. I love Xavier Legette.
We thought, obviously. I personally didn't like him at the Senior Bowl, so I thought he didn't look very good personally.
Yeah, but he's big and fast.
He's big.
This pick, running it to Roger Goodell with a smile on my face and hoping we can get back to the playoffs. Because honestly, a Chicago kid, precise route runner, high ball IQ, he knows ball. I feel like his catch radius is getting larger. We're going to see how that checks out when it comes to measurable season. But when I look at him being a target eater, you need as much exposure as you can get. And Bryce Young, it's like your excuses could keep going down and down and down. Atlanta already spent high premium picks in the past on offensive skill talent. You see him fall, and he was supposed to be graded higher than that. Mm-hmm. I feel like just go ahead. We can fill out to the board.
Nino and I had this discussion a week ago, and it's crazy how me and him have a discussion and it end up getting brought back. We had this discussion with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, and I thought at times this year he was a better 50-50 guy than Jeremiah Smith. I love the pick, and I see why Nino's like, well, they kind of similar type of guys with him and Tate, but I think that pairing can work for sure.
Tate had 140 targets this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time.
You add Carnell Tate, that's gonna go down.
Right, but now is the production for is what Tate McMillan bring to the table still going to be able to be brought to the table when you got another
I feel
guy
like
fighting?
it will help. You already see Tate McMillan being a release king on the outside. You can't touch him. So you add another player that already has a high, in my opinion, he already has a high ceiling as a route runner. So you add that too. That's just more ways to get the ball into premier playmaker hands.
Okay, Bosaj.
I'm gonna come back to this if something else doesn't happen with this pick and my next pick and say what Moon should have done.
Okay. Up next,
Spicy.
The Dallas Cowboys at 20, and we'll be bringing in Boomer Sooner, Jared Gray.
Listen, we took care of the defensive side with Parsons leaving. Next thing you got to do is let's be real. I really think if Jeremiyah was available at the time, whatever, I think they take him because they just don't get me wrong. Williams had a good year, but they couldn't lean on him. And you need a legit running back, but to get there, I think you need a legit offensive lineman, and that's where we're right back into this. Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon, I think, is the right guy for them to move forward to protect your quarterback, to give you a solid run game, good pass game. You need a good offensive line, and Dallas has always leaned on that. I mean, for as long as I've ever known, all the way back to me being a little kid, they've always had one of the best offensive lines in football. I mean, why Dak is who he is because he got there behind a phenomenal offensive line, when he came in his rookie season. And I think that's where you go. Emmanuel's the guy for them. I think he's a really solid dude.
Okay.
Top 20 seems a bit rich for me, but this is one of those picks where 2 years from now you look back and you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. Because he's going to be a rock-solid starter, if not a Pro Bowl level interior offensive lineman.
It's either him or Lamo. So I mean,
yeah, no, I get it, and this
I'm
might
good with either one.
Immediate spot. Pregnon,
Yeah.
Another guy who I'm very interested to watch at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Good pick. We're going to go right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers is on the clock, and I will be making that pick. Well, what a world the Pittsburgh Steelers live in. Possible playoff, no playoff, maybe make the playoff. Aaron Rodgers maybe come back. Aaron Rodgers, figured it out. Fired. Well, not fired. Mike Tomlin stepped away. So now they got to find some other 36-year-old coach that's going to be able to coach for 11, 12, 13 years. Dnow, be quiet, please. But I mean, they could use a tackle, DB, quarterback, because we don't know what the future is. So they run Mason Rudolph for a year in that bridge year and make it to next year where it's going to be heavy in the quarterbacks or wide receiver. Or maybe even a guy that I thought would be off the board here. And I'm not saying I'm taking him, but he's there. The tight end department in Pittsburgh has kind of taken a drop off here. Pat Fryermuth isn't what we kind of thought he was going to be, and they need a guy. Sadiq could be a nice asset for the Steelers, but again, is Mason Rudolph going to be that guy to throw the ball? But it would help take the pressure off of DK Metcalf. Calvin Austin isn't that dude. And I look at offensive line and off tackles. I like Lamu, right, out of Utah, but I don't know if taking Lamu at 21, if the value is right. One thing I do know about the Pittsburgh Steelers, they know wide receivers. And you need a guy to get open in space. You need a guy to create matchups so that DK Metcalf can have one-on-ones. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 21 take Texas A&M wide receiver KC Concepcion. I think his Deebo Samuel style play out of the backfield can play in mesh, can play in the slot, can also play on the outside. I think his style of play and what he brings to the table ultimately shifts DK Metcalf to get in these one-on-one matchups, which he's going to need later on in his career. I don't know what quarterback's going to be getting them the ball, but I think Casey Concepcion in that offense, as they continuously find wide receivers year after year, I think he's the guy in that offense at this point. I think that can help that offense out.
Nino, you're killing me, Smalls. I wanted him available at 26. You're killing me, Smalls.
So like I think they could use a DB, but I mean at this point, am I really gonna go Hood, another guy who kind of has some health concerns? I know both sides will probably be coughing. Cease is a guy that we could be talking about here as well. I just don't know if I would take them at 21. And I really like the kid out of San Diego State, Chris Johnson, is a DB, but I'm not in the first round. I think it was either him or Sadiq for me. I know this offense needs all the weapons they can get. They don't have a quarterback, but they need to add offensive talent. And the way they hit with wide receivers, the way that things continuously seem to add up in the wide receivers department, I'm going to go with Casey Concepcion.
I got breaking news since we're talking draft.
Go ahead.
Mike McDaniel's new offensive coordinator of the Chargers.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. He told was it Cleveland or someone else that he wasn't going in there for an interview for a head coaching job.
Bye.
Yeah. Now he's going
to that's a home run hire on Harbaugh because that's the one guy that can probably control him.
Herbert.
So yeah, that's big.
I'll
be honest. I was hoping he went to the Bucs personally, but
that's huge for Marion Hampton, all the running backs, man.
Both sides, you wanted to say something? You look like you wanted to say something.
So in my mock, I will have Cisse going to the Steelers at 21. Just throwing that out there.
Who's that?
Huh?
You have Cisse going there?
Yeah, to Pittsburgh at 21. So I was going to break that news that Mike McDaniel is that because with the Chargers, I'm on the clock now with the Chargers pick, and so I'm going to. It's fine. So I'm going to take at pick 22 the man who Moon should have taken at pick 19.
You talking about Lomu?
No. So you took the receiver and Tate. That's great. I love your concept. But there's another position to throw the ball to that has not had a player taken so far.
Ooh.
And we're going to put him in San Diego. We're going to go 12 personnel with Kenyon Sadiq, who's a tremendous blocker as well as an athletic pass catcher, along with Rondé Gadsden, who is just a straight pass catcher.
I'm not going to lie. I almost took him with the Bucs.
So with this McDaniel offense now, are we going to get Herbert right? I think so. Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon is the pick here for the Los Angeles Chargers. You see the mistake you made there now, Moon? Instead of Tommy Tremble, you can have Kenyon Sadiq.
Scars, man.
No, who was the other guy they drafted out of Texas last year? Sanders, right?
The guy who's played like 4 games in 4 years? That guy? Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
Even the Falcons drafting Kyle Pitts, and we still trying to get production from them this year. We've been waiting on that in year 1, year 2.
Yeah, I love it. We've seen both Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer eat. So you've seen 2 elite tight ends eat in Vegas. So
I'm not kidding. I was extremely close to taking him because he gives me Mark Andrews vibes, something fierce. And you already know I was literally this close to taking him with Tampa Bay.
It's a crime he's still on the board at 22.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Like I have a mock draft, and that's who Tampa Bay takes.
He's a first rounder for sure.
Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock, and both sides will be staying in the box.
I'm going to be honest. This is not going to take me long either. This is our new right tackle, Caleb Lomu from Utah, coming in at pick 23. This is just tremendous value for me. Like I said, he's my number 1 offensive tackle in this class. I'm getting him at the 23rd pick for the Eagles. This is Howie home run here at pick 23.
You have Lomu as your number 1 tackle? Wow.
I stand in alignment with that.
That's such a Philadelphia Eagles pick. Like they somehow get one of the BPAs at pick 23.
Hey, do you think that they could have used? Do you think they could have used like a Sadiq here too, like Philly?
Yeah,
if he
absolutely. Because I mean, Goddard's unrestricted, right? I mean, I assume they're going to bring him back, but
who knows?
You know.
All right. Well, Dnow's on the clock for the Cleveland Browns. KT be making that pick. KT, you're up.
Yeah, yes, sir. Dnow still cooking. He got Monroe Freeling from Georgia, offensive tackle. Cleveland's O-line was a revolving door. Get a stud lineman that skyrocketed up the boards.
Hey, I think it's going to be one of those drafts with a ton of offensive linemen. I really do.
I was hoping that he would fall to the Patriots.
Sure.
Round, but yeah, obviously it did not happen. Okay, next on the board is the Chicago Bears. Brian Bosage, we are putting you back in the box.
So in my mock coming out tomorrow at DraftKings, I feel like I've given away too much of what I'm selling here on this show tonight. But in my mock tomorrow, I'm going to have them taking a defensive tackle at this pick. But I feel like getting spicy here, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. In my mock at DraftKings, I'm going to have him taking Caleb Banks from Florida. I'm a big fan of. I think his 2024 tape is some of the best you're going to see. Only played 2 games this year, but he'll have a chance to rebuild himself at the Senior Bowl. But another defensive tackle who I think is going to flirt with the bottom of the first round, early second round. I think he's going to have a tremendous week in Mobile. I'm going to go with Texas Tech defensive tackle Lee Hunter.
Wow.
Sneak into the bottom of the first round here with pick 25 at Chicago. For a nose tackle size, he's got some pass rush ability, some of the quickest hands in this class. I wish his production had been better anywhere else before this season, but I think there's just a lot to like there, a lot of hustle on that guy. Never gives up on a play. I like Lee Hunter here as a potential late first round. At worst, I think he goes in the first 5 picks of the second round.
Massive human being.
I love it. All right. We got the Buffalo Bills at 26 on the clock, and Moon Vibes, you will be representing the Buffalo Bills. New coaching regime.
Dang, bro, I can't mess up this pick, bro. My dog got about to tell routine.
Protect. We must protect this house.
All right. BPA would be Peter Woods. Dang it, bro.
Shit.
Sometimes you just don't need to mess it up.
That's my bad on that, by the way. I didn't know. I
Peter
forgot
Woods
he
is
was
still available?
I forgot he was still on the board. I would have made that pick.
Turn it in. We run it to the bank. Not for real. They still need to figure out what's going on in their defensive line and who's available, who's not available, especially in big time playoff games.
Yo, Ed Oliver played barely 4 games this year. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, we gonna get Peter Woods available. He kind of dropped, but I like his positional versatility probably the most. Dabo utilized him. I feel like they could have utilized him more, but you could see with the defensive coordinator change that Coach Allen was like, okay, we're gonna move you around. Him and Parker, I think they're gonna be. I think Parker could flirt with it. Tell me what you think about that later, Bosage. But
yeah, I was about to ask Bosage a question. How do you think Peter Woods will be utilized in the NFL? Does he kick in the 4-3? We know he's not a 3-4 nose tackle. Probably a 3-4 right in.
Yeah, he's probably more of that 3-tech type of guy, and I think that's where I was completely. I was just making the assumption that we had already put him off the board at this point. Or else I would have taken him at pick 25 instead of Lee Hunter. So that's on me.
He's gone. He went the next pick after me, after the Saints. I mentioned him, and then he took him at 9.
No, he's still on the board.
I could have sworn you took him.
No.
Still there.
He took Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Caleb Downs, Mansour Delane.
Okay, that Downs pick. I thought he was gonna. All right.
Yeah.
You think he could be a Pro Bowler? Caliber, Peter Woods, Bosage.
That's such a hard.
Is that too high?
If you're not getting, it's a stats driven. It's Pro Bowl's a stats driven position, and he's not going to have the stats.
He was projected to be a top 20 pick though. Him and Parker before the season started, and now they're look at where we at. We're at 28,
27. Yeah, 27 now. Yeah.
All right, 27. The 49ers are on the clock. We're bringing in KT, who'll be taking a pick for Dnow.
I'm interested to see where Dnow goes here. He's had an incredible draft. Oh man, I really like this pick. Denzel Boston, Washington. Purdy gets a weapon. I seen this kid in real life. I went to Maryland's game when they played Washington, maybe week 3 on the field. That kid looks like David Boston, and it's effing scary how big he is. Before the steroids. What's up with your man? Jerry Gray look mad as hell. So yeah, Denzel Boston, Washington. I wonder what he runs. That's the only thing. He probably won't run, but I'm interested to see how if he does run, how fast he is.
Okay. Next up, Houston Texans.
No, we gotta go to Boomer. What's up, man?
Boomer, what's the matter, buddy?
I'm on the clock now.
Yeah, that was your pick. I know.
I mean, we saw him just try to throw his 4th round pick, all game the other day because he had nobody else. So, yeah, let's throw to the Iowa State cat because he played in the snow once. So, let's just keep throwing to him. See if it works out. Let's throw 4 interceptions. But hey, I mean, Boston's available. I mean, it's a slam dunk. So maybe I actually expected Houston maybe possibly trade up here because you're seeing the top guys go off the board. You need one. You got to get one. And now I've got to go have my defensive coach like, you know what? We done messed this up. So now I got to be a defensive player because Neil Hunter might be gone. So now after the championship game, this guy made a ton load of plays, and I might as well get his partner, right? So let's go get Messidor all day long. I think it's the right move after. Like, we're going to jump up in the draft and, like, you got to replace the guy that's arguably one of the best defensive ends in football that we've seen in my era, in Daniel Hunter. And I think Key Messidor comes up and is drafted in the 1st round right here.
Yeah,
Houston Texans.
That was the New England Patriots pick to solidify that.
I love how we just stealing each other right now because Boston was going to the Texans.
It's so rare to see a player with the confidence that Akeem Messidor had at ACC Media Days, and he absolutely backed up almost every damn thing that he said heading into the season. He's had an outstanding season. The question, and Nino asked this question a couple of weeks ago, is he a product of Bain, or is this guy a legit guy? I guess Brossard would be the best person to ask here.
Well, he should handle himself well at media days, as should have been in the workforce now for 4 years. I mean, he's going to be a 25-year-old rookie. I mean, this is a 6-year player. He played a few years at Memphis. He's been hurt a good bit, but his production this year was great. I don't necessarily think he's a product of Bain, being on the other side. He's handled himself well. I mean, but that Miami defensive front is really good. I think Messidor is going to go in the 1st round. Mm-hmm. I think this is a perfect landing spot for him in Houston because his age is not really an issue there. Because you don't even care about his 2nd contract at this point. You just want him to come in and immediately produce. And because he's seen the world, so to speak, he should be able to immediately come in and step in opposite of Will Anderson Jr. and give them that steady pass rush on the other side. I like the pick.
I think it's a great landing spot.
He's just
crazy.
He's just old. I mean, but it's not. But it's the same thing with Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck should have been able to come in and handle himself as a rookie because he played in college for 6 years or 7 years or however many years it was. I mean, the dude played in college when Trevor Lawrence was there.
That's a great point.
I mean, he was in the same high school recruiting class as Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, there's something to it. If you're not worried about the 2nd contract, it doesn't matter. And if you're a GM in Houston, Nick Cesario, is that it? I mean, this guy helps you keep your job. You're D'Amico Ryans. This guy helps you keep your job. You don't give a shit about him getting paid in 4 years. You care about how many games can he help me win now.
Yep.
Like the pick.
I love it.
Okay, next up is the Los Angeles Rams at 29.
Interesting to see where Moon goes here.
And Moon is on the clock.
The Rams, we picked earlier. Did he?
Jamal McCoy.
Yep. So you got the cornerback out of the way.
Yeah, and that when you talk about I feel like you already playing in the offs.
Mm-hmm.
You picking BPA right now. I would be so tempted to take Cassius Howell and pair him with Jared Verse on the edges.
How old's Matt Stafford?
I know.
There we go.
I know.
How bad did he look in that final?
I don't want to take a QB this high, bro.
With Sean McVay?
Yeah.
That part is interesting, spicy. But I do like with Simpson.
Off platform?
Simpson.
Take the pick, Moon.
Do it. Do it.
They can get him in the second round.
Can they?
Can't.
No, they can't.
I don't think so.
New York Jets is someone's going to get them before the Rams do, my friend.
Somebody, if he falls this far, somebody's going to make a call.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm looking at the big boy right now.
No way, Jalen. He was struggling. Down
He
the
said,
stretch.
"Moon, don't fold."
Don't fold. He's dead. Savage. I think we're a 4 for 4 over here on the side. Like I'm just saying.
Look, if I take Caden McDonald, he's not going to win his pass rush. So to me, that's not maximizing the value of that pick as much as I could. Like that could help Jared Verse. If I take TJ Parker, it's like good, but it's like the same mold.
The only reason I passed on Ty is because I had a second pick in the first round.
Dang it, bro!
It's set up.
Christian Miller's still there.
Moon, the New York Jets are calling you. with the haul to come in with this pick. I wish I had my trade calculator right here. But if you don't go Simpson here,
Arizona's calling too.
Yeah, Arizona's calling.
Trying to get in.
Definitely a trade spot right here. Like I really.
Cleveland's calling.
Yeah, Cleveland's
The
calling.
Vikings are calling.
I think Kyler Murray's going to be a Brown.
Ooh.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Would I be crazy to double dip and take CC right here?
Wow, that's crazy.
I would be crazy. But look, I feel like if we still worried about the health of McCoy, then we might as well have an insurance plan. But yeah, I'm a fold. I'm a fold, bro.
Ty Simpson is the best possible.
Ty Simpson, it just makes too much sense.
Yeah, it does.
Him and McVay, that you convinced me. I didn't want to.
I think they take Ty Simpson at 13.
Wow.
I don't think it gets this high, this late.
I just thought he might drop, so that's why I let him go. Like, honestly, God.
That's the pick from Atlanta. That's the free money pick. That's the house money pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
I like that.
I see what you're saying.
That's a great parallel.
The money drops. It's different.
Dang, I wish you would have took. If you would have took him in that pick, I would have took CC right here.
But don't rule out somebody else like calling the Rams right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said, the Rams getting a 2027 one to move out.
Yeah.
Yep.
From one of those teams that have them. Looking at you, New York Jets.
I'm gonna spice things up real quick right here. The New England Patriots are on the clock.
What are we doing?
Please.
I had Mesidor as the guy for the New England Patriots. We just made a phone call to Tom Brady and the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to give this pick and a 4th round pick in this draft, as well as a 3rd next year for Max Crosby.
Crazy word, dog.
That's a haul.
The Raiders are
That would be a ridiculous move, but I mean, I'm feeling it.
They do need it.
Max Crosby. What he did you see what he did after they told him he was on IR? He went and filmed himself throwing dunks down in his gym in his house. Yeah, I'm on the IR because I'm hurt, huh? They don't want to win. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to play no more.
So who does the Raiders want here?
I'm going to tell you right now, that's a good one.
Oh, so I'm on the clock now if I'm the Raiders.
Yeah, you're the Raiders. You're on the clock, my friend.
We already got Mendoza. We cashing out right now.
You got tight ends.
Better protect him.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Got to protect him.
All right, so you're giving me what again, Nino?
I'm giving you this pick. I'm giving you a
fourth rounder
year and a fourth round this year. Third next year, fourth round this year.
Can you make it a 2 next year?
I can make it a 2 next year. You're good.
Hey, you sign me up. Sign me up. I'm down. It's gonna be probably back end because you're still gonna be good. You still got Drake May. You're gonna be good. You still got Ramon. You're gonna be good. All right. I'm taking this pick. We gotta make a smart one.
Jacoby Myers is gone. Right?
Yup.
It's Brock Bowers.
I hear Ruggs getting out of jail soon.
Michael Mayer.
We already got Mayer. So
there's only one wide receiver I would even borderline consider right here.
Chris Bell?
Who it is?
No.
Oh, Bernard.
No.
Oh,
Zachariah Branch.
Yes.
Yeah, Branch.
damn.
That's too much of a throw and way in a pond for me.
That is.
I feel like
But
that
that's
is the best receiver with the ball in his hands in this class.
Makai Lemon.
I disagree.
Branch might be the fastest, but Makai Lemon made Zachariah Branch leave USC because he took his job and his lunch money. They played the same role, and Lemon was better.
You ain't told a lot, brother.
Braz was
top 45. I don't think he's a top.
So if we're the Jets, if we're the Raiders, we need linemen. We need defensive presence on D line. We need linebacker.
Don't forget you got a haul, and I gotta write this down in the notes. What did you guys agree to trade? So when we go to the second round,
a fourth this year,
a first this year, a fourth this year, and a second next year.
A fourth. All right, next year second.
All right. Okay, so this one, walk with me real quick. I'm debating between C.J. Allen, Georgia, and Caleb Banks, Florida. And I'm probably going to end up taking Caleb Banks. I think we plug and play. We plug and play in the middle. Then we can really help open up on the outside. If what you just said is true with Crosby, we got to give up Crosby. Then we need edges, and then it will be a debate between Cassius Howe, McDonald. So I'm gonna take Caleb Banks. I'm gonna plug him in the middle. I'm just gonna bank on upside at the bottom of the first round. I look at it like, all right, I don't gotta pay him the extra. If we do make it to the next contract, I don't gotta pay him the high premium. So I'm gonna turn in the card. Give me Caleb Banks, D lineman, Florida.
See, my thing was, New England needs a linebacker as well to pair with Spillane. I mean, Ellis is.
That's why you gave it up.
Well, that's why I gave it up, because C.J. Allen, for where I would get him, I can probably wait a few more picks to get Anthony Hill Jr. So I'm cool with this.
Well, Sarge, is Caleb Banks purely just the zero tech?
Yes.
I will say this. I'm glad that Moon said the word upside, because I think of the defensive tackles that are available in this area of the draft, he has the highest pass rush upside of these guys. I think I don't necessarily think he's a pure nose as much as I think he can move around on the inside. I like his pass rush upside. It's just stay healthy, my man.
Okay.
You can't do nothing when you're in the tub.
That's right. All right. At 31, the Denver Broncos are on the clock. I'll be making that pick. And we're just going to add to this defense. I'm going to go with C.J. Allen, linebacker, Georgia. I think that just fits the mold for this defense and what they need. That offense was clear. So I read a few things, and it says that our running back was a need for them. I think R.J. Harvey showed that he can be the guy with, maybe if Dobbins comes back. I know they activated him for this weekend. But yeah, I don't think that running back is a need, and it's something they can get.
Their spell was pretty good this weekend too. I forgot his name.
I'm not sure there's another running back outside of Love that should go in the first round.
No, that's what I said. Not in the first round, but there's a running. If they need a running back, they could get one in the third or fourth. So maybe Katron Allen or something like that. And it's Nicholas Singleton. So I'm gonna go here. C.J. Allen, Denver Broncos.
Love the pick.
It just feels like a Bronco.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about taking them with that pick with the Raiders too. So
I think that's going to be I think you're going to see that one commonly mocked, Allen to the Broncos at that spot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to close out the first round, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Moon, you are on the clock.
Offensive lineman, specifically in the middle, on the outside, linebacker, safety. I don't know if there's a safety I'm taking right here. CJ Allen, I got him off the board. 1 second.
You don't think this is
Anthony Hill Jr.
Who?
Anthony Hill Jr., Texas.
I put him in your head. That's why.
Next best available linebacker.
Well, you were saying if you were saying a safety, I was going to say your boy out of was it Halsey out of LSU? Is the guy
Halsey.
that could work his way maybe into the back end of the first round, or even
or Thieneman.
Daniel Thieneman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's any number of corners could go here as well.
Yeah.
Brandon Cisse was on the board here.
Yeah.
Malik Muhammad, Colton Hood, Chris Johnson from San Diego State.
That's
I think
is right there.
I think is a guy that's would have fit here as well.
You feel like Seattle need a wide receiver, or is that just luxury at this point?
That's luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah, that's definitely
Cup
luxury.
can just chill and be the two.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my guy. Because if it was a need pick, I'm probably taking Branch. We gonna just get even crazier.
Yeah, no takebacks.
No takebacks. Hill's off the board, he said.
I'm straight. We'll take him. I'm taking Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, Texas.
Well,
I think he will be rangy. Put him in the middle. I think Seahawks, y'all have like a deep-rooted history with like linebackers. And most recently, trying to get back to those Bobby Wagner days. This is a different prototype. But you see so many bright spots and bright moments with Anthony Hill Jr. Over the course of his career at Texas. Now, this play, I feel like he can add some more to his frame. They're going to try to I will be interested to see how they utilize him with this defensive coordinator. But this is like the rich get richer type pick at the end of the first.
It's going to be one of those weird things. Now that we're at the end of the draft, there's some dudes available on free agency.
But see,
dudes,
it's Seattle with their secondary one. I mean, already these linebackers don't got to play coverage. They can just be Leatherman and just get after the ball.
We're probably going to hit free agency too.
I just looked at who we've had off the board, and a guy who I think would have been perfect here and just feels like a Seattle player is Cassius Howell.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still there too.
Yeah. I liked him for New England as well, but the trade was knocking at my door. I had to take it.
You talk about speed and power conversion? Yes, 100%. That will fit. I would be so tempted between him, CC, and my guy Anthony Hill Jr.
I would if the Patriots wanted to dip their feet in the water after they won the championship and decided that they wanted to put a guy on the other side of Gonzo. I would take CC on the other side of Gonzo, and then you're locking up that secondary because then you let Marcus Jones do what Marcus Jones does, baby. Play the nickel, play wherever he wants to play. I've never seen a man at 5'8" get in there and sack a quarterback. This bad boy gets in there.
Got to take our Mason Thomas off too.
All right, boys. This has been
So I'm just looking at guys that I had in my mock that are still available here. I mentioned Cassius Howell, Brandon Cisse, Caden McDonald is still available, and Chris Johnson, and that's it. Everybody else was taken. So good job, everybody.
All right. I know what thing it's huh?
Nino, you want to recap the first round? Moon, do you have the link to the sheets? I can send it to you because I know you're going to convert it into an article.
Give me 1 second, and I will definitely recap the first round.
Yeah, I got the link to the sheet.
Okay. And Nino, did you need me to? Well, I'm sure you'll probably end up making a graphic for it for like Twitter and YouTube.
Yeah, I'll make a graphic for it. Give me 1 second. So to give recap.
Crazy.
We had the Raiders at 1 with Mendoza. The Jets at 2 with Arvell Reese, edge out of Ohio State. Cardinals took Spencer Fano, offensive tackle, Utah. Tennessee Titans took Rueben Bain, edge Miami. The Giants came in and paired Malachi Lemon with Malik Neighbors, wide receiver at USC at 5. At 6, another wide receiver off the board. Cleveland Browns took Jordan Tyson, Arizona State. The Commanders added a vicious edge in David Bailey from Texas Tech. The Saints took Jeremiyah Love, running back, Notre Dame, kind of trying to see if they can get off that success of the Bijan up in the top 10 pick. Kansas City Chiefs take Francis Mwangai, offensive tackle, Miami at 9. At 10, the Bengals select the best player, defensive all-around player in the draft, as both sides says, Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. And then starting out the next stack of 10, Miami Dolphins take Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State at 11. At 12, Dallas Cowboys take Keldric Faulk, edge, Auburn. Los Angeles Rams at 13 select Jamon McCoy, solidifying that DB on the outside of Tennessee. 14, the rich get richer. Mansour Delaney, DB, LSU. Tampa Bay at 15 takes Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. Got to keep Baker upright. At 16, New York Jets select Avron Terrell, DB, Clemson. Got to replace Sauce. This guy's ball hawk. 17, Detroit Lions select Vega Iona, offensive guard, Penn State. 18, Minnesota Vikings select R. Mason Thomas, edge, Boomer Sooner. At 20, the Dallas Cowboys back in the draft again, take Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive guard out of Oregon. He was the catalyst of that run game. 21, Pittsburgh Steelers continuing success of the wide receivers. They take Casey Concepcion, Texas A&M wide receiver. 22, the Chargers double dipping, just like the Raiders did the year before. They went Mayor Bowers. The Chargers are going to go Gadsden and Kenyon Sadiq going in that 22 personnel. Philadelphia Eagles select Caleb Manu, offensive tackle, Utah. At 24, the Browns select Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle, Georgia. 25, Chicago Bears select Lee Hunter, defensive lineman, Texas Tech. The Buffalo Bills at 26 select Peter Woods, defensive lineman, Clemson. Then we got the San Francisco 49ers at 27 selecting Denzel Boston, wide receiver, Washington. I skipped Carnell Tate. I apologize. At 19, Carolina Panthers select Carnell Tate. And then we have Houston Texans at 28 taking Akeem Mesidor, Miami, edge. 29, we had to drag it out of them, but the Los Angeles Rams, Ty Simpson, QB, Alabama. At 30, we had a trade. New England Patriots traded this pick, a fourth this year and a second in 2027 for defensive end Max Crosby. With that pick, the Raiders select Caleb Banks, interior defensive lineman, Florida. The Denver Broncos at 31 select C.J. Allen, linebacker, Georgia. And to close out the first round, the Seattle Seahawks select Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, Texas. Great job, guys.
Sweet.
We'll be doing plenty more of these before the draft comes. I want to, give a nice shout out and thank you to our guy, Mr. Draft Countdown, Mr. Garnett Roos, Brian Bosage. Thank you, my friend, for joining us on this mock 1.0. All right, KT, as always, take us away.
As I always like to say, there's no more victories in the sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, you all take care. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Dan